Queen's Indian defense, Fianchetto, Nimzowitsch variation, quiet, check variation, intermezzo line, 7.bg2c68.bc3d59.ne5 Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. The English is a more patient opening where white plays c4 to control the d5 square without committing a central pawn. Nf6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the e4 square. d4 takes space in the center, controls the e5 and c5 squares and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. This prepares the bishop for development. g3 prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop on g2, where it will sit on the long diagonal. ba6 immediately attacks the undefended c4 pawn, hoping to provoke b2 b3. b3 protects the c4 pawn and prepares to fianchetto the dark squared bishop to b2, where it will sit on the long diagonal. bb4 plus develops the bishop and puts the white king in check. bd2 develops the bishop, blocks the check and offers an exchange of dark squared bishops. b7 retreats the dark squared bishop after achieving the goal of misplacing white's dark squared bishop on d2, which would much prefer to be b2. bg2 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. c6 controls the d5 and b5 squares and prepares the d5 pawn push. bc3 moves the bishop to a square that supports the d4 pawn and opens up the d2 square. d5 takes space in the center and attacks the c4 pawn. ne5 centralizes the knight, defends the c4 pawn and opens up the light squared bishop. nfd7 attacks the e5 knight, which is helping white guard c4. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. The pawn is now adequately defended. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. This strikes at the center with a pawn, fighting for space. This threatens to win a pawn. This is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by opposing pawns as it tries to promote. This exposes an attack, threatening a rook. This wins a pawn. It is the last book move. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. That was a free pawn. It is best. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. That was a great move and very hard to find. This prevents the opponent from being able to fork pieces. It is brilliant. That was a free knight. It is good. This forks pieces by creating a simultaneous attack. This is the only move that works. This threatens to play checkmate. It is a great move. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. That was a free bishop. This threatens to win a queen. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. This forks multiple pieces. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players.